me and Declan just went to the Lamborghini dealership and I'm looking at this car. It kind of hits you and you're just like, okay, none of this matters that much.
This is Dominic Baptiste. He built a multi-six-figure business by combining SaaS with a traditional agency model, selling all-in-one AI-powered systems to local businesses. Instead of running a typical SMMA, he leveraged an already existing platform to package everything into a single solution businesses actually want. In this episode, we break down where the agency industry is really going, why SaaS is replacing traditional services, how he structures his offers, and how anyone today can replicate this model without technical skills or a big team. Dominic, welcome to the channel. For the people that are just watching this for the first time, who are you? What are you doing? Can you tell a little bit about yourself?
Well, first off, thanks for having me. And yeah, my name's Dominic Baptiste. I've been on GoHighLevel for about 4 years, a little over 4 years now. And I'm one of the top affiliates in the world of all time for GHL. I've made hundreds and hundreds, if not probably around 1,000 videos covering the GoHighLevel topic, covering how to build businesses online. I do way more than just GoHighLevel, but everything that I do is almost built on the foundation of GHL. So I think that's probably what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So actually, I've seen a lot of your videos online. I mean, for those of you guys that don't know, he's literally like the #1 affiliate of GoHighLevel. Probably like the first. Are you like the first top affiliate of GoHighLevel?
There were some people before me because I got started about 4 years ago, but I think GoHighLevel is like 7 or 8 years old. So there were people that got in really, really early. And I always tip my hat to those people, but it wasn't mainstream. GoHighLevel only had, I think, under 5,000 users, maybe under 3,000 users. Didn't have that many people on it. Nobody really knew what it was. And now people are starting to know what it is. But no, when I got on, it wasn't, nobody was on TikTok. No one was on Instagram promoting GoHighLevel. There were just maybe 2 or 3 really, top guys, and everybody kind of went to those guys. And then when I got on, there was the leaderboard and all this fun stuff. They were giving away the car and, the Tesla and everything. And that's kind of right when I transitioned and got on. I brought it over to TikTok and I made it a little bit more mainstream. I like to think I made it a little bit more, people started seeing it on social media, and that's when I became the top guy. There's so many analytics behind it, so I can't say, oh, I'm the top guy. There are people that have made way more money over a long period of time. There are people who made more money selling a course connected to GHL. There's so many different things that you could talk about. So it's hard to say like, this is the best GoHighLevel affiliate ever, but I think I had one of the best runs you could ever have in GHL, and we can talk about it if you want to. But yeah, there's lots of videos and interviews with me where I talk about how crazy that 6-month run was, where I went from nothing to 6 figures a month, and it was pretty crazy. And yeah, and while we're on the topic, I've got 3 of these, so that hopefully helps my case.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. I saw your come up. I think you had the craziest come up in the history of GoHighLevel, because obviously it's a young company still. But yeah, it's kind of crazy because I saw you coming up, doing the TikToks, doing the YouTube videos, stuff like that. I was like, who is this guy? He's making like so much money off of helping people with GoHighLevel. But we can kind of cover that later in the video, because I would like to know, how did you find out about GoHighLevel, and then how did you actually leverage GoHighLevel to build an agency around that? Obviously, you help people join GoHighLevel, you help educate people around GoHighLevel, but how did you actually went in and did results for yourself? And I mean, you can also share some numbers if you want.
Yeah, perfect. So when I first found GoHighLevel, I found it in a way that maybe not a lot of people find it. So a lot of people find it from watching, guys like us. They go on YouTube, they go, oh, this is a great way to make money. That's not how I found it. I didn't find it as a business model breakdown of how to make money. That's because it wasn't that at that time. People were talking about SMMA and they were talking about maybe ClickFunnels. And that's how I found ClickFunnels. So when I found ClickFunnels, I didn't even think of the idea of starting a social media marketing agency. I was working for a company at the time, and it was it was just a regular company out of the mall, like my local mall. I was getting paid $15 an hour to fold shirts all day. Literally, it was a custom apparel store. So it had nothing to do with tech at all. But as you guys know, anyone who works with GoHighLevel, anybody who works with a social media marketing agency or is in that world, every single business can use GoHighLevel or can use a website or can use automation. And so that's what I figured out within the first 2 weeks of working for these guys, I'm like, you guys don't have a website. You guys don't have any text messaging. You don't have any marketing. What are you guys doing? And they were just like, I don't know. We're a custom apparel store. We haven't really thought about that. And I was like, well, maybe we should think about that. We don't have much competition out here in Springfield, Illinois, which is where I'm from. I don't live there now, but that's where I was from. And they're like, okay, well, you do it then. And I was like, all right, I will. And so that my first job really was, still $15 an hour. I didn't get an increase in pay or anything, but my first job was to find out how to build a website for them, how to run their marketing, how to do everything that what would end up being GoHighLevel. And I looked up ClickFunnels online because that's the only one I knew. I knew Salesforce and stuff, but ClickFunnels was the only one that I felt was accessible to me at the time. I was 23, 24 years old. And I was just like, okay, this is the only thing I'm going to be able to do. And then I saw a video called ClickFunnels versus GoHighLevel. And that was the video that changed my life. I wish I could remember who made that video. I can't remember who it was, but one of the OG people made it. I can't remember who it was, but that was the first YouTube video I ever saw or anything I saw on GoHighLevel. I watched one video, I was hooked for life. I remember just seeing it, seeing how insane it was. There's so many different cool things you could do. It could run this entire custom apparel stores in like their whole company. It could run the entire CRM. So I got it immediately. Luckily, my boss was paying for it at the time. So I got the $500 plan. He paid for it. And I just sat at a desk for 8 hours a day and learned GoHighLevel. I had maybe one of the and this was back in 2021. Like, people don't realize, you need to understand the time frame of this. This is back in 21. There was no AI. There was nothing connected to GHL like what you see today. GoHighLevel back then was not the GoHighLevel we know today. It was a lot harder. There was a lot more things.
Pretty much, it was like bare bones. It was like you pretty much had a couple of tools and that's it. I remember I was like joining GoHighLevel as an affiliate 2023, I think, something like that. And yeah, like back then it was not as not complicated today, but like advanced. Like today you have you can connect Claude even to GoHighLevel. I just watched a video with Declan like 3 days ago. So it's like, yeah, it's crazy what you can do. Okay, so you figured out that GoHighLevel would be a way to deliver website for that business. What was like the tipping point where you were like, okay, I can actually go and sell this to other businesses, and kind of where you start scaling that as an agency?
The tipping point was when I saw it work. When you see it work in real life, that's like the biggest game changer for you, especially when you're in your 20s or you're 16, 17 years old and you're getting started in business. The number one thing that I've noticed is I tried all these different business models. A lot of you guys watching are probably in that mode. Oh, I'm going to try drop shipping. I'm going to try crypto. I'm going to try meme coin trading. Whatever you're going to try, it's whatever's going viral at the time, basically. And you're going to try all these different things, and you're probably going to fail at almost all of them. That's what happened to me. And one of the hardest things to kind of bounce back is going, well, it didn't work. I didn't see it work. I didn't see it work for even 5 freaking seconds. What I saw inside of GoHighLevel was it worked. It was exactly what it said it was. It was, I can build you a website. It was, I can do text message automation. It's not this like idea. It's real. So I thought that was the coolest thing ever. It was one of the first business models in my life that exactly what you saw is what you got. And so when I started doing that and I started helping businesses, and the business that I was working at, when I saw it work, that was when I realized I could do it for anyone. And let me give you even a better example of that. I started with funnel building. I was just, okay, let me build a different funnel for every different type of service that this company offers. Because back in the day, I literally was building a different funnel page for every single sport. Like, it was like basketball shirts or soccer shirts or something like that. Like, because we were making shirts and custom apparel for like the sports teams for the different high schools in the area. So I would make a different website for everyone, which, looking back, I would never do that today. I would obviously put it all on one site, but I didn't know any better. So I thought they all had to be separated, and that's how I was doing it. But it allowed me to learn. Like, I learned GoHighLevel and I learned how to build funnels so well because I built like 30 of them in a week. And then I started doing the automation. And back then you didn't have A2P approval. So you could just get a phone number in 5 freaking seconds. And so I was getting all these different phone numbers and connecting them to different employees. I'm like, this employee gets a number, this employee gets a number. And I was just going crazy. And I thought it was so fun. Like, I actually enjoyed what I was doing. And, but the point of that story is when I saw it actually work, and the way that I tested that out was when we started running ads and Google ads and Facebook ads and stuff like that. I didn't know if it was working or not. The only way I could find out is by going up to the customers and asking. So for a while, we had a lot of customers come in, and I was like, okay, cool. And I finally had, the confidence to go up and ask them. I said, hey, can I ask you a question? And they were like, yeah. I said, how did you find this place? You just see see us in the mall, or like, what'd you do? And 3 people in a row, back to back to back, said, oh, you're the first one to come up on Google. I was like, oh, there we go. And like, that was my main thing. I was like, we need to be the first on Google. We have to have the most 5-star reviews. I was asking everyone that came in, can you leave us a 5-star review? Can you leave it? Until we had like 50 5-star reviews. We were the #1 ranked custom apparel store in under 2 months. We went from nothing, literally no website, no automation, no reviews, nothing on Google, to the #1 ranked custom apparel store in the whole town. And that was in under 2 months, I believe. Yeah. So that's when you see it work, you have confidence to go do it with other people.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, that's something that I think a lot of people don't understand. Like, even if you're working a 9 to 5 or you're working for someone, you can literally see what are their kind of like downsides in the business that you can kind of fix. And with GoHighLevel today, GoHighLevel is not like, this is like a GoHighLevel that you talk about right now. It's GoHighLevel on steroids, like that plus on steroids. So pretty much like anyone can go and anyone can see the downsides in the business and implement GoHighLevel, at least some elements of GoHighLevel into the business, improve them. Even like today, I see a lot of businesses still don't have SEO and stuff like that, which is, kind of, unfortunate for most businesses. But yeah, like most businesses don't have a website. They don't have a basic SEO. You can always go and start helping them. So I guess if you were starting today, right? I mean, before that, I actually want to go into, okay, you helped the first business you worked at. How did you kind of scale? How did you find other clients? And what was like kind of your offer? Or did you have just like a lot of offers? Because I know, when you're starting out, you sell everything,
Okay, this is a very good question, because what I did back then, I would never, ever do today. Did it work? Kind of, but I would never do it today. So do not take this advice, but this is what I did. So the first thing that I did was good. I used word of mouth, and I talked to my mom, it was a brand new real estate agent at a firm that had 180 other real estate agents. So I'm like, oh my gosh, if I can, hook my mom up with this system, maybe I can get 179 other real estate agents. I'm going through all the things in my head. And at the time, I don't know if people remember this. Anybody who was back in 2021 might remember this. GoHighLevel was used for like 90% real estate agents. Like almost everybody was going after real estate agents. I don't know what was going on, but like that's what they felt like. I genuinely, people might think GHL at the time was a real estate agent software. It was ridiculous. And so there were so many snapshots going around. Oh, you can get, real estate agent ads, this, whatever. And I'm like, okay, let me try it. And it worked. I set it up for my mom and then 5 other agents, and it worked. We were getting leads every single day for like $2 a lead on Facebook. And of course, these are going to be a lot of garbage leads. For $2 a lead for a real estate lead, like, you're not going to get $2 per lead and have them buy a house every single time, or else I'm going to be a real estate agent, because I would be making so much money. So that's but I saw my mom close like 3 deals, and she made like 4,000 commission, and then like 3,000 commission, and like 7,000 commission, and we're only spending like $30 a day, $20 a day on ads. So in my head, I'm going, oh my God, the ROI on this is insane. It made me like, it kind of messed with my head. I'm like, why am I not like starting a company based off of this? And then I run my own ads, and that's the first thing I thought of, was like, I just want to, almost selfishly, I was like, why am I doing this for other people? But obviously, no, it's always good to help other people. It's always good to network. So I kept doing it, and I started working with other people outside of the real estate industry. I started working in the bar industry and the entertainment industry, which was cool, very interesting, not something, a normal niche I think people go after. But I got to work in that and help like comedians that you guys might know today, that they were performing in Springfield, and I got to help them. What's his name? TJ Miller. He's in Deadpool. I got to help him. Yeah. So it was pretty cool. Like that was one of my first ever jobs. And I think Rob Schneider was on there. There's a few different ones, but it was cool to kind of see it in real time with different niches. That was another thing that I did. I did not niche down. I went after freaking everything. Restaurants, like I said, bars. I had a shooting range, like a gun shooting range. That was one of my best clients ever, because they never asked me to do like anything. They were like, oh, you can just set this up and forget it. They used it every day, and they never really followed up, and I got paid. And I was like, okay, those are the best clients, by the way. The best clients are the ones that leave you alone 100%. And so this is kind of what I was doing. And I was just setting up very normal funnel pages, chat widgets I thought were really cool. I was setting up chat widgets for everyone. I was doing like slight automations, nothing crazy, but just like some follow-up campaigns. Here's the problem. That all sounds great. Remember in the beginning, I told you, don't do what I did? I ran ads for a lot of these clients. This is where I would never ever do this, especially if you're getting started out. There is an argument for it, and I will counter myself, but I was running ads. This takes a long time. This is not easy to do. This is something that you have to go film for them, or you have to get the actual creative, then you have to go and run it, then you have to go adapt it and change it every month or 2 weeks, depending on what the industry is. You have to understand the industry. So many things go into it that you have to charge a lot of money. So I'm charging like $800-900 a month. And what happens when you charge really high ticket? You get clients that knock on your door every 5 seconds and go, hey, what are you doing? And I'm just like, what do you mean, what am I doing? Like, it turned into, I'm your employee, and that's not what I wanted. It's not what GoHighLevel is built for. You are not an employee of these people. You work with them. You work with them. You don't work for them. I never like to work for the companies that I'm working with. I want to work with them. So that was when I had like the epiphany of going, we have to go lower ticket. I can't do this anymore. And there's a lot of people that there's a counter argument to that. Oh no, I'd rather have 10 clients at $1,000 a month than 100 at whatever. And I'm just going, you're crazy. No, I'd rather have more clients and then be able to upsell them later if I want. But then again, there's people that are going to watch this and go, no, I want to do high ticket. And that's totally fine. There's a lot of people that I know that I work with people that do high ticket. They do fine. They run the ads. They have a team. Good. Great. But with GoHighLevel and AI and all these things coming out and Google and Facebook, like Meta just put how many billions into AI? Let's be real, guys. Like Facebook and Meta, like Meta's going to be using AI to run ads soon. I don't like saying this, but yeah, soon, like agencies that run ads they're not going to be around. So you're going to have to be an agency that really sets all these things up. And when you set them up and you connect everything and you integrate, it's almost going to be like an integration agency. You're just going to be integrating things, setting up the systems for them. And that's why GoHighLevel is, I think, going to survive this AI revolution. But hopefully that kind of answered your question.
Yeah, it did definitely. And thanks for kind of sharing the entire story. Really like that you work with some well-known people as well. Like this is where you kind of collected your experience. But I wanted to say, like, most people don't understand, but right now, like, a lot of the work that we're doing, like, without AI, like, AI will replace that, and then people will just maintain and repair those systems and kind of maintain them and kind of set them up, and then set and forget type of stuff. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. But yeah, I definitely think that GoHighLevel is going to survive that, as you said. Now, back to what I wanted to originally ask you was like, okay, now you, like, my audience will know, okay, this is something that you don't want to do. But what is actually something that you would recommend right now people to start kind of selling and maybe form a business around that within, like, GoHighLevel realm?
Perfect. So there's two different, in my opinion, there's two different ways you can take this. Both kind of connect and both can be done at the same time, and they are kind of the same thing. But you have the regular SaaS agency, which is what GoHighLevel. By the way, fun fact, I know I keep going back in time to 2021. I believe, I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure right when I signed up in 2021, at the end, close to the end of 2021, SaaS mode had just been introduced to GoHighLevel. A lot of people don't know that GoHighLevel started as an agency itself. It wasn't always SaaS mode. There was no ability to turn on SaaS mode, software as a service. That didn't exist. So right when I got in, SaaS mode started becoming a thing. That's when GoHighLevel transitioned, and this story has a point, I promise. When GoHighLevel transitioned into being software as a service, and why they did that is because they were an agency and they explained all the problems that I just explained in my real life, which was I have to charge too much money, I have to run their ads, I have to do their creatives, I have to go film for them. All these things have to go perfectly right just for me to make this much money. It is ridiculous. And then they're going to churn 3 months later because they can't afford the budget. So all of these things GoHighLevel figured out. They started software as a service, which is what we know today. That's the business model that I promote. That's the business model that anyone who's watching this probably knows about. And the reason I'm saying that is because SaaS is one of the best things to get into. It is way cheaper. So you're charging anywhere from $97. I think $297 is roughly you can do a $497 premium, but I think anywhere from $97 to $297 is the hot spot there. And that way businesses are not on you all the time. They're not going, oh, how much, I'm paying $1,000 a month. I got to look at this guy, I got to follow this guy around. No, false. When you're doing like 97 to 300, that's low ticket for businesses. It just is. It doesn't cost that much. They're paying that much for air conditioning. So it's not that big of a deal. And it's all a write-off anyway, by the way. But either way, you're charging way less, so they expect way less. And then you're still delivering way more than what they expected because they're getting the entire software. They had to pay for a CRM anyway. Why not pay for someone who is building their CRM and can help them? That's the one thing that I always tell people. It's not just a CRM. I hate when people get into GoHighLevel level and they just go, all right, I sold the software, I'm going to the next client. I'm like, no. That I wish it was that easy. And I know that with AI, it might get to be that easy, but for right now, it's not that easy. You don't just sell the software and then move on. Oh, I own the software. They could just go straight to GoHighLevel. The reason they're joining with you, the reason you have leverage at all over anyone, and I say this all the time, is because you're setting it up and you know how to use it. So if I signed up, let's say with Salesforce and I know nothing about Salesforce, I have to go figure it out. Like I have to go learn it and this. I don't want to do that. I'm a business owner and I got to go build a roof or something, whatever I'm doing. I don't want to go learn Salesforce. So imagine if I sign up for Salesforce now and someone just goes, hey, I'm going to do everything you tell me to do. Just tell me what you want me to do and I'm going to do it. That I will pay for. As a business owner, that I will pay for every single time. And it's the same price basically as just going directly to the software. So in my opinion, there is no better business model than that. You get 100%, by the way. So if you charge $97 or $297, you get the whole thing. You get all of that. A lot of people don't remember that. They think like, oh no, you only get a portion. No, you get all of it. And you can just keep stacking over and over on the $297 unlimited plan. You can get hundreds, if not thousands of clients, and you don't have to pay more every time you get another one. Really, really cool. How many business models are like that? It's very, very minuscule. So that's the number one way that I would do it, is just run the software as a service. I'm not just a software. I'm going to build it for you. I'm going to run it for you, yada, yada, yada. Trust me, it's going to go so much better. I've had so many like meetings with clients where I explain everything I can do for them. And then they go, all right, what's the price, dude? And I'm like, $300. And their jaw hits the floor. They literally like, no, like I have to pay you more. There's no way you can do all of that for $300. I'm like, technically I can, because once I set it up, I'm out and then I'm going to go set it up for someone else. And that's the point. And then you just kind of become a customer support agent, which is why you need to know GoHighLevel. I keep going off. I feel like I'm in a YouTube video right now. You do need to know GHL in order to pull this off. And that's one thing that I want to talk about is the people who understand GoHighLevel, the ones who actually put in the time 6 months to a year to understand GHL. Those are the ones that are going to be separated from the pack, because in my opinion, GoHighLevel is a skill, and the people who are really good at it, because this is a question I get all the time. Is it saturated? Do too many people do it? I don't care. I hope everyone does. You want to know why? Because I'm still going to win, because I'm better than most of those people, because I've put in the time. And if you're better than them, you could say the same thing about WordPress or anything else. Oh, is WordPress saturated? No one says that. No one says is WordPress saturated. It's just, are you good at building a WordPress website or are you not? That's the only, like, I want GoHighLevel to get to that point where it's like, no one talks about if it's saturated. They just talk about how good are you? Like, are you good? Can you actually build this automation? Can you build this? Can you do this? And when you're good, you'll get customers. And so anyway, the other one, well, I talked about two. That was the first one, just running a SaaS. The second one is AI. So if you're doing AI SaaS, now we have GHL with all these insane AI features. It is the 27th right now. They actually just introduced under labs. Kelsey over at GoHighLevel, she just messaged me yesterday. Me and Declan are going to make a video on this. I think it's like a vibe coding, or they're adding like some type of vibe coding.
I actually saw this. This like a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, crazy.
He told me about this yesterday, and me and Declan's already playing with it right now as we speak. So stay tuned, guys, because we're gonna have some videos come out about that. It's just crazy. Like I just did the Ask AI thing. Did you see that one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is what, if anyone's watching this doesn't know what Ask AI is, Ask AI was just put into the lab section, so beta, they're just testing it out, into GoHighLevel, where now you can go on Ask AI and ask it to do anything, and it's connected to the APIs inside of GHL and will do it for you. Like it's absolutely like, why do you even need customer support anymore? Like,
yeah, I actually saw, I think Declan did this where he said, give me like something with contacts, and you get like a bunch of contacts, you can contact them, you can do automations, like everything with just like natural prompts pretty much.
Yeah, you can go to Ask AI, type in like, let's say you have 10 people you want to reach out to, but they're not in your contacts. You can just say, hey, add this person, this person, this person. You can, send it in a file or whatever, and then send out a text message to all of them, add a tag that said you followed up with them, whatever. It doesn't tell you how to do it. It does it for you. That's the difference. We've already had the thing where it tells you how to do it, and that's cool. Like, oh, great, now I know how to do it. No, it does it for you. So when that really takes off, because I'll be honest, there's definitely some bugs with it. It's brand new. It's not live yet. And there's a lot of things it can't do. It can't do automations. It can do calendars. I know that. There's a few things it can do. I had trouble connecting it to my conversation AI bot. I have a video, it's coming out this week, where I talk about the negatives of it as well. But the fact that that's their starting point is almost terrifying in a way, because I'm like, oh my God, these guys are next level. These guys are crazy. Like, this is going to be, GoHighLevel is going to be so intense intense and it's going to be so good. And we're going to have all these amazing AI features before like anyone else, before Salesforce, HubSpot, all these huge companies. And it just, the runway is massive. I mean, for anybody who's getting started right now, there's no saturation. It doesn't exist. It's not a real thing. It's a made up word. Like it's just stupid. And so that's what I think.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good advice. And I think what you were just saying is, again, a lot of local businesses, they haven't even integrated a basic website. So why do you think they know anything about AI? You can literally sell, like literally you can go to any local business anywhere, right? I'm from Croatia, you're from USA. I mean, you can literally go to any local business and sell GoHighLevel. You have at least one feature that you can sell immediately. So yeah, it's like crazy.
It is. And to go off of the AI agency thing, it's not just about, a lot of people are going to take that, and this is like a huge criticism I get all the time. If it's so easy for you to do it, why doesn't the business owner just do it? But you can argue that in almost any realm, in any industry at all. Why do you clean your house when, or why would you hire someone to clean your house when you can just clean it yourself? I did a video on cleaning trash cans on Instagram. On all platforms, it got 4 million views. 4 million views. And it was just how to clean trash cans. Like, nobody even thought that was a business model, but it is, and it's a good one. And a lot of the comments, most of the comments are very positive, and it's people that want to get into it. But I noticed like 5% of the comments are like, why would anyone pay money to have their trash can clean? I'm like, why would anyone pay money to have anything done ever? It is a business model. They don't want to do it. I don't want to clean my freaking trash can. There's a lot of things that people don't want to do, and they're willing to pay to have it done. Business owners don't want to do anything because they're so busy doing the thing that they do so well. I'm a business owner. I run landscaping, land clearing, lawn care. I'm opening another division. I'm opening a bar and grill. There are a lot of things I don't want to do. I don't want to cook at the bar. I don't want to be a bartender. What do I have to do? I got to hire these things out. This is going to happen in business forever. AI is going to make it easier, but I got to hire an architect. I got to hire all these different things I have to hire to get this stuff done. And I'm letting you guys know from a business owner's perspective, if someone comes to me with a software and just goes, hey, here's like 20 things that you don't have to do anymore. I'll just do it for $300. Yes, sign. Where do I sign? Let's go. Move on. So, I don't, and if they go, I'm using AI, I don't care. Use AI. I use AI every freaking day. You can use AI too. I don't care. Like, it's not like this weird thing where you're using AI. That means you're not working hard. No, use AI. It's going to be better than a human probably. So let's just go. Let's move on. That's kind of how I see it with the AI agency. And you don't have to tell them you're using AI either. But with GoHighLevel, it makes it so much easier now.
Yeah, I think that's true. Like, a lot of people just want, especially like business owners, they want convenience. They want, productivity, to make sure that, they outsource that. You just want to kind of teach them what they will get in return, like in terms of like, whether they're going to get more time, more money, whatever, but yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're using AI or not. It's just, it matters what that will do to the business and the business owner's business. So yeah, that's very true. I definitely agree with you. Now, what I wanted to ask you is, what would you recommend? What approach? I know a lot of people will say, in terms of like, getting clients, like, okay, cold email, cold calling and stuff like that. Do you have anything different that you would do right now? Like, let's say, someone as a beginner is watching this video, he wants to get his first, let's say 5 to 10 clients. What would you do in their kind of position?
I'm glad you asked that, because I actually just put out a video of the best method in 2026 to get clients. And in my opinion, this method scares some people, but I think it's insane. And I'm going to break it down. If you guys haven't seen that video, or if you haven't seen my Instagram, if you have seen my Instagram, you probably know what that method is. I actually just posted another version of that method today on Instagram. And this method, in my opinion, there's no better way. I've been doing this for 4 years. This is the number one way. It's better than regular networking. It's better than word of mouth. It's better than cold calling. It's better than running ads. It is one of the most insane ways with like a 95% success rate. It's ridiculous. So this is the methed. And I'll go over other methods, because like I said, this will scare people and they'll be like, I can't do it, but I promise anyone can do it. This is what I do. I tell businesses, I always do service-based businesses. It had to be a service-based business. I will tell a service-based business that I will film a 60-second promo for them for free. And they just go, what? They're confused. They're like, what are you talking about? Let me film you power washing something. Let me film you your lawn care. Let me go out there for a day. Let me follow you for a day, shadow you for a day. I'll film your guys' job. I'll go back home. I'll edit it. I'll make it 60 seconds long. I'll do I'll edit it. I'll make it quick, easy, whatever. You can use it as an ad. And they just go, what's the catch? I'm like, well, this is what I do for a living and I love it. It's great. But I also have a software company, and And if you have the ad already, if you have the video already, it makes the software work so much better. If you want to talk about it, we can. If not, if you just want the video and you want to run off, just let me post it on my channel so I can get more people to see it. And if you do that, then I'll come film for you. So that's kind of so even if they say no to signing up with me, at least I have that footage and I can now use that footage and I can use it in so many different ways. So that's exactly what I do and what I just did last week. Last week, I reached out to a power washing company here in Scottsdale, and they immediately reached back out because they had seen some of my videos of me doing this for other companies. And they go, "You're just going to film for free?" Like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And I'm like, yeah, not only did they clean my backyard, which was awesome, for free. So I got my entire backyard power washed for free, which is like a $400 service. I got it for free. I filmed the whole thing. I have now like 80 different videos of different angles. I use my drone, but most of the time you can just use your iPhone. I'm not even joking. You can just use an iPhone and use like a time-lapse video on an iPhone and you're good. That's all you have to do. Go watch my videos. You'll see it's not that crazy, which is why I'm telling you anyone can do this. You don't have to be like a crazy camera work this at all by any means. I even show you how to edit it on CapCut. I show you exactly how I edit it, how I film it, the angles that I use, everything. So you guys can truly understand it's not that bad. And then, yeah, they came over to my house. We filmed the whole thing in like 2 hours. I edited it in like maybe 2 or 3 hours. And within like 5-6 hours, I'm done. Like I have the whole thing. I can now post it on my own channel and I have 2 different angles to take. I can either angle it like, hey, you know, I filmed an ad for this company, or I can angle it like, hey, if you're a service-based business and you want a video like this and, you know, yada, 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 and you want an amazing software that can get you leads every single day, I can just do a different voiceover. So I can do a different voiceover on the same video. Those videos pop off 4 million views cleaning trash cans. How many times do I have to tell you guys? People would, and I have videos on GoHighLevel that get 2,000 views, 3,000 views, and I'm saying the same thing in the GoHighLevel videos that I'm saying in the power washing videos. It's just people want to watch, you know, a satisfying video, and that's what they want to do. And then you get a bunch of comments and you get a bunch of people on your channel. And it's great. So that's what I do. And I'll go film these. I filmed it for a car detailer. I filmed it for a landscaper, land clearing, all these different service-based companies. Guess what all of them want to do now? They want to work with me. They all want to work. I will show you my phone. It is text messages from every single one I filmed for. I said 95% success rate. It's actually 100. Not a single one that I've filmed for has been like, all right, bye. They all are like, when can we meet up again? What's this GoHighLevel thing? How do you set up the ads? It is insane. It's ridiculous. And they cannot believe that I did it for free. They cannot believe I filmed for them. They're so happy about it that they're just like, if this is what he does for free, what the heck is he going to do when I pay him? Like, how crazy is this system going to be? And there's 2 birds with 1 stone here. Well, there's like 5 birds with 1 stone here. But one of the other birds would be that now you have this media that if you're not going to run ads for them, I can't stress that enough. I will not run ads for them, but I don't mind showing them how to run the ads. And now we have the ad. Like that, the hardest thing about running ads for a company is they don't know how to film or they don't know how to create the ad. So now you have the creative and you can just go, all right, guys, you're going to put that on Facebook. And by the way, I have white labeled videos for all this that show them exactly how to run the ads. So you don't even have to do anything. And yeah, so then they're going to learn exactly how to run the ad and connect it to Facebook. And then you connect that to your automation follow-up and everything else. We're building out systems. Systems need fed. At the end of the day, you could have the best system in the world. You could build this amazing GHL system. If no one's going to the landing page, if no one's going to the website, if no one's searching them up on Google, that system's never going to be fed. So one of the things that I love is like, hey, I filmed this video for you. You can now run an ad to it and feed my system to make it work 100 times better. You need both. Like a lot of people don't realize that. I think there was a statistic that 95 or like 96% of all businesses run Meta ads, Facebook ads, and Google ads wrong. It's a crazy statistic, but most of them run them wrong, like almost all of them. And it's because you can have an amazing video or you can have an amazing, you know, keyword or whatever it may be. If your system is broken, if you don't have a funnel page, if you don't have a form, if you don't have automatic text message follow-up, if you don't have A2P approval, now if you don't have AI, like if you don't have all of these things, your amazing ad it means nothing. You're just bringing people to, you know, a system that doesn't work. And I see it all the time. So that's what I do. I film videos. They love me. They want to work with me in any way possible. And then I bring them over to GHL. And that's one way. We can talk about another way if you know, that scares people. They don't want to go film or they don't, you know, whatever. They don't want to meet people.
I don't know honestly why this would scare people. Like, I get it. Like, maybe some people were like, you know, oh, I don't want to waste time on that. You know, maybe, you know, they will say no or something like that. But you know, a lot of people like free stuff. So at the end of the day, like I guess, you know, you would get a lot of yeses on that approach.
You get a ton of yeses, and you get meetings. How do you, like, a lot of people are doing, why are you doing a cold call? You're doing a cold call to get the meeting. That's why you're doing it. You're doing a cold call to get the meeting. What better way to get a meeting than being like, you know, and my buddy Kai, he just did a video on this recently. He tells people in cold calls that he already built them a website. Like, I got you a free website. And then of course he just uses a snapshot demo. But that's what GoHighLevel can do. It's so good now that you can just say, I have a website, and then have it. And that's kind of another thing, is like, we live in this world now where you can't just say, oh, I'm really good. That doesn't work. It's, hey, I'm really good, and I did this thing for you already, even though we don't even know each other. It's like, okay. Or I'm going to do this thing for you for free. And that's kind of the best way that anyone in the marketing industry or the software industry, we kind of have to do that now. This isn't 2015. This isn't just, hey, you know, Facebook ads are now big and I can help you run them. Oh, great. I have no idea how to do that. So I'm going to sign up with you. That doesn't work anymore. Now it's like, I have to show proof of it being done. I have to do something for you. I have to work really, really hard just to get the second meeting. That's like, in my opinion, that's what's worked so well for me for the last like 2 months. I've been doing it for years without even realizing it. I've been filming for these businesses, and I just thought I was, you know, filming content. I was a content creator. I never thought about it like this. And then I kind of took a step back and was like, dang, all these people like really like me and they really want to work with me. I'm like, why do they want to work with me so bad? I'm like, oh, I freaking filmed these cool videos for them. I'm like, that's why. And by the way, that is my life. I know a lot of people watching this. Well, you're a content creator. You're gonna, you know, you like filming videos. You're really good at it. I'll be honest. I am really good at it. I'm very good at filming videos. I can knock out an edit in like an hour where most people would take 10 hours. But that's not the point. The point is you guys can get good at it. It's one of the best skills to ever learn. I don't see a world where AI fully replaces a lot of that stuff, because people, you can kind of tell when it's an AI video of like a company working. It's so
People have the ick, like they have the ick when they see the AI video. It's better when there is someone behind, because again, even if you're like running a coaching business or something, you don't want AI to coach you. You want a real human to actually, you know, coach you on that. But I wanted to mention one thing, is that you said that your friend Kai is selling websites. And the thing is, like with GoHighLevel, you can have a lot of these like pre-made things, even if you're not selling websites. Let's say you're selling something else. You could pretty much have all those like pre-made things in a snapshot or whatever, and you can sell that like immediately on the cold call. You can say, you know, I already built you a website, I already built you this, I already built you that, because everything is pretty much in GoHighLevel.
Yep, 100%. That's exactly what he does. I used to do something similar, but it was way back in the day. I would just say, hey, like, instead of I already built you a website, I would just say like, hey, I can build you a website. I can build you a quick funnel page. Just give me like 48 hours or 24 hours or whatever. I took their photos off of Facebook, put them onto an already built template. Back in the day, I think GoHighLevel had like 20 templates. Now they have like 3,000. So I'm telling you guys, if I can survive back in the 2021 era, you guys will be fine. You know, you'll be fine. There's so many templates. There's so much like AI structure built in the backbone of GHL now that you can do what Kai does. You can do what a lot of these other guys are doing. And yeah, it's just giving away free stuff. And that's what I've done with my affiliate program. I know we're not here to talk about that, but the way I built the affiliate program was the same way. I'm just going to give away everything I do for free. My blue collar cheat code course, my business 101, my free agency setup course, startup course, all of these things I just gave away for free, did not put a price tag on them. And I think I did all right.
Yeah, that's why you succeeded. I mean, you know, giving out free stuff is actually like, I would say it's the motto of this call, because like you said, you know, you did this in the agency, you did this in the affiliate, you succeeded at a highest level, I would say, you know, and this is something that people can take away definitely from, you know, from this particular video. Now, I actually did cut you off. You said the second way of getting clients. What was the second way? I'm really curious about that.
Oh, after the recording?
Yeah, after the free video that you give them. That's like the first way. You also said you have a second way of reaching out to customers, potential customers.
Oh, I think okay. Well, I'm trying to remember. I think I know I mentioned Kai's way. I'm trying to remember exactly when I said that, because I thought I was gonna do the free website thing. Well, first off, there's so many different ways. Like there's not just two. There's multiple different ways. I knew Kai's way was another version that I really liked, similar to how I first got started with like giving away free websites and yada yada yada, doing free automations, doing a free demo call, and just saying like, hey, I already kind of built a system system for you. You have a demo sub account, and then the only thing you do is just change the name of the business, and then you just keep doing this over and over again. Send them the funnel page, show them, you have to be A2P approved, of course. Send them the page, have them fill out the form, boom, it texts them. That's actually one of my favorite ways ever, because they're seeing it actually be done before they sign up. That's one of the best ways you can do anything, is show them what they're getting before they get it. And so yeah, I will just create like a really cool demo page, throw their logo on it or whatever. It takes 5 seconds. I even know people that hire teams to do this. They'll hire a team to do like 10, 20 of these a day. Reach out to the business owner and say, hey, we built you a quick little funnel page. Check it out. Put in your form, your information. It's going to send you a text back. We can actually build this for you. We already have. And so like I used to do that all the time when I would network and meet with business owners in real life, because I'm a big local guy. So especially when I was living in Springfield, I still have a place there and I go back all the time. I'm like 6 months on, 6 months off. But in Springfield, or in a town that's under 500,000 population, a lot of times people, everybody knows people, or someone who knows someone. And so when you're meeting with these people and you're going out to lunch or dinner or breakfast or whatever, it's easy to just show them the phone and be like, hey, this is what I built. It's pretty cool. I put your logo here, I put your photo here, and fill it out and watch what happens. They fill it out, boom, it shoots them a text message. They're like, how'd you do that? They're like, I didn't even give you my number to put in. Like, how did you do that? And I'm like, oh, it's just my software system that I work with, and I'd love to set you guys up, or let's talk about what you guys need. Because a lot of times I've noticed this as well. A lot of times when you're first getting into GoHighLevel, and this is a massive problem that I had, like this, if I could go back in time, I would have just slapped myself in the face every time I did this. I would offer so many different things. And I remember one time my pitch, and you guys aren't going to believe this, but it's a true story. My pitch to a company was 3 hours long. 3 hours. I didn't even realize like how long it was. Like, I remember just sitting down with them, and I look at the clock when I was finally done pitching all my services. It had been 3 hours. That sounds impossible, but it was real. And they were floored and they loved it. But no, now my pitch is 3 minutes long, if not 60 seconds. And so that was like a huge turning point for me, was just shut up. Just stop offering all of these different things and just go, hey man, I looked at your website. I noticed you have no form page. You don't have an easy click button on your email where I can just click it and email you immediately. You don't have one for your phone number. You don't have any photos. You have no reviews. You have 3 reviews on Google. You need to get those up. And then I noticed on your Facebook, you're not running ads, and you don't have any good videos, this, that, whatever. You got to be blunt with these people too. And you just list off all those things, and you're like, luckily for you, I've got a system that we can build specifically for you. And I can even show you what it looks like before you even get it. It's like, oh, geez. Okay. Notice that was like 30 seconds long. It's not 3 hours. So it's just, and you need to know what they do. Like a lot of people will go in and they'll just be like, I can build you a website. Did you even look at their website? What if their website's great? I have so many clients where their website's so good. I can't even do anything for you on the website part. I said, I can connect some things to the website and we can build the automation for sure, but your website's good. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Your website's good. There's nothing I would change. And that's totally fine. But if you go in there and you try to sell a website to someone who already paid $10,000 for one back in, 2008 or whatever, then you're just going to look unprepared.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. I mean, a lot of people, it's easy to get lost in GoHighLevel because you have so many features and everything. So I think I definitely agree with that, with you on that. So yeah, like for the end, I would like to ask you, like, what do you think are like some common or like major mistakes that people are doing when they're working with clients and when they're integrating GoHighLevel in their client's business? Let's say maybe it's onboarding, sales, whatever you kind of saw through your experience.
Okay. Well, of course, the number one would be not having a defined offer. If you don't have a defined offer, you're starting in a horrible spot. This is something that I see all the time. Once again, Kai did a really good job of this. Kai's one of my students, actually, if you guys didn't know that. Same with Declan and Preston. So it makes me feel old. I've been around way too long that all these new guys coming up were all my students. It's just weird. I remember
you're the GoHighLevel senpai,
Dude, I remember my first calls with all of these people. Like the first call I had with every single one of them. And I'm like, and they knew nothing about GHL and they just got started. It was just it's so weird looking at it today. But yeah, because I was in that same position, back when I was 24. And but either way, that defining the offer was one of the most important things you can do when you get started. And I always tell people 2 offers is really good. 3 offers you're flirting with, too much, and then 4 offers is too much. Like it's and then I've seen people that have like 8 or 9. I think they're crazy. I'm like, how do you even explain 9 offers to someone? Like they don't even know what you're talking about in the beginning anyway. How are they going to know that offer 7 is better than offer 4? Like, it's just the stupidest thing. So I always tell people, and I'm editing a video right now on exactly that, is what is the best offer to use when you're starting with GHL at the beginning, especially in 2026. And just to give you guys a sneak peek of that, I always thought that the $97 offer should be very stationary. It should be like, I'm going to build you a website, a couple automations, and maybe a couple templates for texting and emailing. That's it. And then that leads in to, for $197 or $297, we're going to add in all these other little features here, like the calendar feature, the appointment calendar feature, and then you can actually flirt with the AI feature as well. Conversation AI bot is, I wouldn't charge anything under $300 for that. So at $300 a month, you're looking at like, I'm going to build an AI bot that knows your entire business front to back, can answer questions, can help you out, can set up appointments, can do literally anything, customer support, sales calls, whatever. That's where we're headed. We're headed in that world. And if you can do that for $300, I think it's such a good price, and it's easy to sell. And so, yeah, just having a couple offers, that would be the number one thing to do when you're first starting out. And one of the number one things that I see people mess up with in the beginning. The second thing that goes into that is when you're learning GHL, this is another huge problem that I see all the time. When you're learning GoHighLevel, especially when you first get into it, you're gonna want to learn everything. That's what your brain is like wired for you to go, oh, there's something over here. Oh, I didn't see this in the setting. Let me go spend a day on it. And I get it. And back in the day, I used to think that was the way. If you guys go watch my old videos, I'm like, learn the whole thing, learn everything. I actually would go back on that now because GoHighLevel is so big and it's gotten so much crazier. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but like when I first got started, there were only like 20 features. So then it made sense to go learn all of it. Now there are thousands, and there's no way to truly, you can learn all of it, but it's not going to help you. It's not like you're going to sell all of those features, because then you go back on point number one that I made, which was don't have a lot of offers, which is the same thing as don't have a lot of features in your offers. So yeah, focus on like 2 or 3 features and 2 or 3 offers and you'll be fine. Don't learn the whole thing because it's not going to help you. Unless you're an affiliate like me, then you had to learn it because, I had to make videos on everything. But if you're an agency, like just doing the agency work, then no, learn the things that you're going to sell. Why waste your time?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's true, because like the more friction you have, especially at, when you're starting out, the more complicated everything will be, and more like, time and effort and everything, that you have to put into it. So yeah, when it comes to where people can find you, where can they find you?
Well, YouTube's the number one. So Dominic Baptist, if you want to actually learn about GoHighLevel, you want to see the long form content, then YouTube. I always tell people, you want to learn, you go to YouTube. If you want to promote something, you go to Instagram. You only got 30 seconds to 60 seconds. I can't really teach you too much in 30 seconds. I can try, and I try my best, but on Instagram, it's more so like if you guys want to see exactly how I film those videos that I'm talking about, I literally posted one today on the power washing one. I call it business model breakdown. And so you guys can watch it behind the scenes and be like, okay, I see how he's doing this, and this is how he reached out to that business, and yada, yada, yada. Because remember, I told you guys filming for businesses, number one way to get clients. It truly is. So you can go to my Instagram, see the real life, everything that I do. And it's more of my personal life as well on there, but most of it's just business stuff. And then, yeah, TikTok's the same thing. So I always tell people just go to YouTube mainly, but if you want to have a good time, you can go to Instagram and check it out. And that's Dom Baptist on Instagram, Dominic Baptist on YouTube.
You can see on Instagram how good the life is after you apply everything from this video.
Yeah. I post my vacations. I have a decent house and stuff like that. But that's not why we do this. It's not all material, but it does help. It's good. It's a good motivating factor. But it is kind of funny that you say that. It's like, oh, I got the house and I have the nice cars, and me and Declan just went to the Lamborghini dealership, and I'm looking at this car, and I'm like, and then it kind of hits you, and you're just like, okay, none of this matters that much. It's easy to say when you have money, like, oh, none of this matters, but I can't express that enough. I always weirdly go back to, I just want to film for businesses, and I want to start businesses, and I want to, like, I could retire right now. I have the money and I have the recurring to retire, and in my 20s, but I would be so bored. I'd be bored in like 3 months. No, it's really just about, like, I think a lot of people are like, oh, he's selfish, he wants more money, he wants this. I'm like, no, what do you mean I want more money? I film for free. I'm like, I do all this stuff for free. I talk to my affiliates for free. Like I literally do everything for free. I don't think I want more money. More money is great, but no, I actually like doing this. I like meeting up with these business owners. It's fun for me. I like networking, and it opens up the door for me to start new businesses, which is my favorite thing to do. Like, I'm getting into the bar and restaurant industry. That's like the stupidest stupidest thing I could ever do, but I'm doing it because it's fun and I want to test myself. I want to push myself. Everyone told me not to do it. Like people that own bars, and they said, don't do it. It's the stupidest thing you ever do. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm doing it. And I'm going to film the whole thing. You're going to see it on Instagram. You're going to see it on YouTube. And if I fail, you're going to see why, and you're going to see all the numbers. And I'm going to be, I love that part. Like even if I fail, I'm gonna be like, this is how much I lost. Don't do it. I'm going to be that person now. I'm going to be like, do not start a bar. Don't start a restaurant. But no, that stuff's fun for me. So I like.
Now, honestly, that's a good advice. You just love the game, you know, at the end of the day. And the more you do it, the more you will love it. Like you will see, and the money is really just a byproduct at the end of the day.
Yep, that's all it's ever going to be, and it does build opportunity. So I can't dog it for every aspect of money, because it does allow me to get into all these different business models, and it allows financial freedom, yada yada yada. But definitely you have to love what you do. You have to actually enjoy it, and this filming stuff is pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely agree with you 100%. So yeah, I don't want to take any more of your time. I would like to thank you for being in this video. Hopefully people learned something. We did have golden nuggets throughout this video. So definitely, like, for those of you who are watching this, comment below what was like the biggest takeaway from this video, and also check out Dominic as well. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.
Perfect. Thank you guys, and yeah, see you in the next video.
For sure. Bye bye.